Hi everyone, Sherman here, and today is the 8th of February. Chinese New Year is around the corner. 新年快乐 to uh, everyone celebrating Chinese New Year. Right? Let's be prosperous and health, wealth, work-life balance to everyone. And well, I also want to look at something important. I think DEX is going to be very interesting. I'm going to show my line of thoughts in just to show so that we can see what I hope will happen, as well as the possible scenarios that can potentially play out, right? So we trade with the plan we have in mind, but when things go wrong, we have to change fast as well. Okay, so now this is the DEX. I'm going to remove the moving average first, right? So the most fundamental way to look at the DEX is of course something like this, where you actually hope that this will continue to the downside and break this low. That's one way. But how we actually get there is also very important, because if we get in the wrong place, then the count will go into drawdown. And if one is trading for investors 6 7 figures, you're gonna be 2 3 4K in drawdown. Okay, and people don't like to see that. All right. That's why at this point in time, you see over here, I said there's going to be strength on the DEX. And what happened? Price move up. You see, so when we are looking for the sell is correct. From here is correct. It goes down. From here it's correct. Where is the sell wrong? The sell is wrong here. The sell is wrong here to there. It's wrong, right? You can clearly see it's wrong. Now that's on hindsight, it's wrong. So when it's moved down and you try to sell it, immediately you go and drawdown happens. So when price action comes over here, and from here we sell it, is wrong as well. Right? In fact, what is actually correct at places here, this buy was correct. The person who bought and went against the counter trend but managed, for whatever reason, managed to get in on this trade. The buy, although this was the trend, and the counter trend trader who got in and out fast is also correct, right? So the trader who traded the trend here was wrong. It is wrong to sell here. So let's say now we just throw on the moving average, and we'll see. All right, goes with the moving average. That's good. See, goes with the moving average. That's good. So now it's going back there. So that should be a good thing, right? Yes, it is. It is one way of trading it, which is and how you actually enter is really very simple. You just look for for price action to go back, wait to take out the green, stop is above, and then you just want it to go 1:1 at least. That's a very simple way of looking at it. So it goes up green. If red takes it out, 1:1, you can just take off the trade, some of it, and then let's see where the rest goes. So that's one way of looking at this, right? Um, Another way of trading this is, of course, also like this. There's just many ways to trade it. This one over here, like so. Because why? This is the area of strength. One, a two. This was a third wave push. So the origin of where this push came, very important. You must take note. So if it comes here and you want to set it down, down. So from here, as you can see, sorry, I just clicked it by accident, but as you can see that there is going to be a problem right there. You see, so the problem comes immediately. That's why selling here is wrong. But if you see there's a sell setup happen here, that is correct. A sell here is correct. A sell here is correct. A sell here is wrong. A sell here is wrong. Right? A buy here is correct. A buy here is correct. Now, okay. So even though um, right. So even though this is what naturally we want, okay, we want naturally this, but if it's important to wait for the confirmation, because if there's no confirmation here, all right, this one can always just break right through like that, and then this can actually come all the way, yeah, back up to 382 before this actually comes down. Or you could there are just so many things you could do. It could just come down like that. You could go all the way back up to here. Then this one comes down instead. So all this is just pure speculation. but it is one of the possible moves it can make. Meaning that if this does not go down and break this low, then means what is this going to do? It is going to go up. Right. So be aware. The reason why I mentioned this to the upside is because I don't want people to just, oh, you hit the moving average, I'm going to sell. No, this moving average is not special. You see, you can also hit the moving average. You thought this was going to go down, but what happened? Bam, that happened. So you have to wait for it to touch and then see what happens. Does the red candle take out that green candle? So that's a setup, right? So this buy is a setup that has a setup there. This sell has a setup to the downside as well, right? You don't get the setup, that means of course the buy is just going to go all the way. Could even go up to, I mean, there are these levels here. All these levels are potential places you could get to. Okay. So that's for the DEX. Let's go. So if let's say we get no confirmation this is going to go down, no red candles, it means if you go look at something like the you go look to something like the dollar yen. You see very nice time factor trading here. So as you can see here, all the cells, the top cells at the top, right? So there's a this this looks potentially to the upside, all right? Because while it's a strong push, and then yes, there was a big sideways. So again, if you very simply you just throw on a moving average, you go to the lower time frame, say something like the 4 hour, you're gonna see something like this. So if you're gonna be trading this to the upside, the reason why you'll be interested in this one is because look, it's because of that. And price stay above the moving average. And then there's a sideways here as well. There's a big time factor here, 1, 2, and then those who are familiar, third or third, right? 1, 2, 3, 1. What's this? 2, yes, 3. So third or third, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if you took anywhere from here, like on this break, time factor trading, third of the third, this is a good trade. Now the question is this gonna go get to break this top? Again, something you hope for. It's something that we hope for, like here, it's something that you hope for. But why is risk management very important? Because even though going up is what we hope for, but this can also come back down. 1, 2, and 3. Break this low. This can be a slow crawl that breaks this low. Even though this looks strong, people say, but this is an impulse, a correction, impulse. No, you cannot think that way. You must always think of what if it goes wrong. Like this one, this is strong. Guess what? A slow correction sideways. Yeah, then it goes up and breaks this top. See that? So this can always come down here, break this low, just like this one, come down low, break this low, come down low, break this low, and then bam, then if you go and break the top. So these moves can also happen. So we must be very aware. We hope for the best, but we need to see what happens. We need to see the back of mind. If that don't happen, that means something bad is gonna try to take our money, and we need to know how to cope with that scenario. And that's why having knowing how to enter trades is very important. So while we use forecasting to see what can possibly go wrong, meaning this is one forecast, but this is another forecast. So you need to, of course, so how do we trade that? We hope the upside will happen, and that's why one ways is the third of the third. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And then so now this is the actual trades. This was a forecast, this was a forecast, this is a forecast, but this is the actual trading, which is very important. Right? Trading without forecasts is not a good idea, and then able to forecast but not able to manage trades is also, you won't make any money from that. So you gotta know, you gotta be a complete trader by understanding both, by having both skills basically, right? So right, that's something I want to cover quickly for the dollar, and it's pretty quick, I think, when I explain something, but I think people might be busy, so I'll just keep it short and brief. Hey, thanks for watching, and talk soon. Bye bye.